up, all my fight fans? So, I want to ask you guys something. There's been some new recent developments regarding Jon Jones and this whole PED new development that they had going on. Like, basically, Jon Jones has come out, said he's finally been vindicated, that he's basically known what everyone else should know, that his career has been purely based on, hard work and dedication. And with this new recent development, that with the things that he popped for in his earlier days, he will not get popped for today, because they're basically testing at a certain limit now. They're not testing like they were testing before. Before, I guess there's certain levels in his system, that the levels that he had in his system at that time, if the rules were to apply like they are today, back then, he would be 100% cleared. Everything would be fine. And so the question is, do we vindicate him? Do we say like, hey, Jon Jones has always been a clean fighter? Unfortunately, no. My honest opinion is no. Because here's a couple of reasons why. Okay, fine. The new rules is what it is today. Fine, 100%. I don't agree with those new rules whatsoever. I do feel like if you are popped for something, and if it's not a tainted supplement, because there is always a possibility that there are tainted supplements. I've heard and read recent in news articles and such like that some companies out there, when they make certain supplements, they like to add certain other ingredients into that supplement, so when people do take it, it may not have a whole lot of percentage within those supplements. So when you do test, there's like a little traces of amount of banned supplements inside your bloodstream or inside your urine or whatever have you, or however you're getting tested. There's just a small amount inside of there. So it has been possible, and it has been proven that that could be a fact. Not in Jon Jones's case. We don't know 100%. But still, nonetheless, I always feel like if you are tested positive for something, then you have taken something that you probably shouldn't have taken whatsoever. And here's another reason why. Okay, say for example, your levels are not to that suspended stage. It's not to that level where like, hey, you know what, you're fine. It shows nothing within your system. It shows nothing that anything that could have that given you an advantage, that has given you some type of advantage in this fight. Whatever levels are in your system, you have no advantage whatsoever. Fine. But here's my thing. When it comes to levels, is this levels going to be like they are today, yesterday? I feel like it's not. I could be wrong on this. This is just my personal opinion, that maybe something that you took, it could be fading, because nothing stays in your system forever, guys. Let's face facts. When you drink alcohol, if you were buzzed today, you're not going to be as buzzed tomorrow. It's going to fade away little by little. It's going to come out of your system. You're going to either urine it out. You're going to do whatever you're going to do. You're going to piss it out. You're going to do some type of thing that's going to help relieve it from your system. Some of it is still going to be left behind. But as the days go on, there still could be traces of amount in there. Now, it might not be as high as it was yesterday or the day before or the day before or the day before. So when that time comes and they test you for it, yeah, it is a little lower than anticipated. And that's the problem when people and fighters or even athletes test positive for something. Because here's the thing. We know what you got tested for. We know what's in your system now. We just do not know how much was in your system the day before. We don't know how much was in your system last week, last month. We don't even know when you actually started taking this. If you took it, which could be a very possibility, because there's a reason why it's in your bloodstream. There's a reason why it's in your urine. There's a reason why it's in you. You obviously taking something, some kind of banned substance that you are popping for. So this whole thing about vindication, I know nothing against Jon Jones. Jon Jones is by far one of the greatest fighters of all time. 100%. Did he ever need PEDs? I know. He shouldn't have even taken it. There shouldn't have been nothing in there that made him want to take it or anything to that nature. Jon Jones should have never taken it, because I feel like he would still be one of the very best fighters of the world today without that. But because of the fact that he took it, it just makes it really, really, it puts a black eye on your sport. It put a black eye on your career. Make it like a little, I guess, it puts that asterisk in your career that you just do not want. You just do not want that. And Because again, like I just said, it questions everything. When did you start taking it? How much was in your system a couple of days ago when you did get tested? How much was in your system when you first started taking it? How long have you been on it? Were you always on this? Because there's always ways to play and treat the system. So we just do not know. And that's why it sucks when we do see fighters who do test positive, because now we have all these questions that we just do not know answers to. We don't know. We don't know. I mean, they can always say like, "Oh no, it was from a tasted supplement. I never started taking it." Yes, these are all things that they could give answers to, but we just do not know if these are 100% facts. We do not know 100%. There could be ways that maybe I'm wrong. There could be ways where we could find out, sure, but for the time being, unfortunately, no. There's nothing that I can see that will tell me like, "Oh, it's vindicated." And here's the thing though, even then, the rules were stated before. The rules could always change. Times always change. People did get arrested for marijuana use. Now it's legal. Doesn't you still got arrested for it? Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do to take back in time that says, "Hey, you didn't get arrested for it." No, you got arrested for it. And that same thing with steroid use. Maybe at the time, the certain levels, that's where you got popped for. Today, different, but still, those were the rules back then. That's what you got popped for. Then you still end up having this in your system. How it's in your system, we do not know. How it got tested positive, we do not know. How long it's been there, we do not know. When you start taking it, again, we do not know. So that's my personal opinion. Is he a greatest fighter? One of the greatest fighters of all time? Absolutely. Should he be pound for pound number one? Possibly. Is he still has he been vindicated? No. Unfortunately, he took it. That's just something that you're just gonna have to live with. My personal opinion. But that's just my opinion, guys. Let me know in the comments on what you think. Do you think Jon Jones should be vindicated? Do you think Jon Jones should still be considered the GOAT of greatest of all time? Without the asterisks added to his name, without the PED added to his name. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.